Hi, I'm Debbie, and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today we're reading for November 25th, 26th, and 27th, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. First of all, I am getting this out before Thursday, so let me wish everyone who is celebrating today a very happy Thanksgiving. Even though the world in itself may feel like it's going a little bit out of control, we still live our lives, and we have more than we think. So let's count our blessings instead of count the things we no longer have or that we don't have. Okay? But we need to keep striving, and we need to keep going forward. Anyway, you know that for the weekend I am going to be using my Bradley Valentine deck. This is Angel Tarot and my John Holland Psychic Tarot and Oracle deck. I will pull one from my Doreen and Grant Virtue cards, Angels of Abundance, and I will pull one from my Emily Anderson Crystal deck. Now, if this is the first time that you've been watching, you tuned in, or if you cross-watch, go down there and there will be a link, a timestamp, which bypasses this introduction. This introduction is tagged on to all of the videos. So it is the same video, but if you go to the timestamp, which follows this video, right after, it then starts the main astrological reading. Okay? Okay. So for this time, though, I am going to be using my Waite Rider traditional tarot deck, and I will pull one from my Colette Baron Reid, The Good Tarot. Now, I have prayed, meditated, and infused all the decks with Reiki energy. Just remember, though, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest. Have some fun with it, okay? I am an intuitive channeler. I open myself to higher power. Whatever the message is just comes through, and I have learned I don't have to make sense of it. You do that for me, so thank you. Take a moment to do the like, share, subscribe, and clicking on the bell for notifications. You really help me out by doing that. You help to override whatever these weird algorithms are. I have many people that say they can't, I post all the videos at the same time, or I make them live at the same time. And people will say, I can't find this one, I can't find that one, though they're in the playlist. It's just, for some reason, I think that my videos get hidden. My husband even said he couldn't find some of my videos. So if you're having problems, keep the like, but unsubscribe and then subscribe again. Okay? Do the same for the bell. Now, the planetary movement is pretty much the same. When there's not a lot of activity, it doesn't mean that things have stopped. It just means that things are more focused. So, we have Jupiter that's going direct in Pisces, though it's still that stationary direct right now. And it is the energy is very, very intense right now. We're not going to have a lot of change up until, the moon always is changing, but we're not going to have a lot of change up until maybe, I think it's the 30th. So right now for this weekend, it's just a very, a momentary type of energy, but it's still a very strong energy. It's like things aren't necessarily popping, but they're not necessarily backing down either. So let's see what we have for a universal reading with the Waite Rider Traditional Tarot. Let's see what we've got going here. Here we are. I like to do a 3-card cut. If you noticed, I had a young lady practice her henna skills on my hand. This was freestyle, so quite pretty. Here we go. And it does help if I put my glasses on, which I do not know where I put them. So let's see what we have. That's when I get in a little bit in trouble, when I can't quite read what I am presenting. I usually have that with the 7 and 8 of Pentacles, but let's see what we have. I will get them on for the other readings. Here we go. First card, and anything reversed has a strong energy. First card is, okay. So we have the Page of Swords. Now this was reversed, stronger energy. The Page Court cards, which the Page is one of them. I like to teach as we go along so you can have a better understanding also. Court cards have a dual energy. Page's underlying energy is our Earth, and that's our Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo energy. Money, job, career energy. So the page, whenever you see the page, right now, right there, it's going to affect something to do with our Earth energy, our tangible energy. This is the Swords energy. This is the air energy. This is your thought processes, thinking ahead, making some plans. Now, the Swords or air energy is the underlying energy for the kings, okay? So just always know that. But the Page of Swords, so something's changing with our job, with our money, our career, maybe even with our homes. It seems the sword has a very fast, the sword energy is like cutting through things. It's kind of making there can be some clarity with the swords. There can be some difficulty with the Page of Swords. So it's not necessarily an easy energy, but it's a necessary energy. It needs to clear things up in order to, I am kind of getting a reset type of energy here, or I'm hearing the word reset. It's kind of getting things into a baseline almost. That's what I'm feeling with this card, okay? So we have the Page, there's these little, I can't quite see, these little flies or little birds around in the background or flies. The Page, the wind is blowing. He's not necessarily holding he's not necessarily brandishing his weapon or his sword per se. And he's not, he's kind of backing a little bit, but he's getting ready. I kind of feel like a baseball player here. He's getting ready to make the swing. So that's what we have with that one. And okay, so on to our next. Here we go. This is the Four of Cups. So now this is reversed again. So 4 has a stability to it. It also has a leadership, and it has a, stability, leadership, organizational energy to it. The Cup energy is our water energy. It is our Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. We are now in Sagittarius energy. We are now in fire energy, but we have left our Scorpio. So that's still a little bit there, but not really strong. The strong one right now is that Pisces, we have Neptune in retrograde in Pisces, and we also have Jupiter just kind of sitting there watching us in Pisces also. Pisces has a lot of mystery. Pisces delves deep into the psyche. Pisces looks at what it is, our deepest wishes and wants, along with that Neptune, and Jupiter wants to grant some of that. However, with the Four of Cups, you can take a look. He's looking, this person's looking down at the 3 cups, kind of not necessarily with satisfaction, not necessarily really liking it. There is a divine energy. Here's a little cloud coming with a cup saying, hey, look at me, look at me. I liken the Four of Cups to kind of that in between, that not necessarily happy times, but not necessarily bad. It's just this, this things have to change. Things are changing, but I'm not ready for the change. So there is this change energy here, but it has a lot of in between. Now, all this person has to do is just look over, and there could be an option or an opportunity for him, or he just may not be ready for it. He wants to cling to the past, even though that is not necessarily satisfying to him anymore. So let's go on. Our next card. Here we go. This is reversed again. So everything was reversed. And this is a major arcana. This is a 6. 6 is the number of man, the energies you put into something. This is the lover energy. This is always a little bit different. Sometimes the lover energy can be, that there is love coming. But the lover energy is a little bit on the odd side many times over, at least when I'm reading it. It is about relationships. There can be some miscommunication with some relationships. Maybe this relationship is kind of in an in-between stage. It needs to grow. It needs to move. It needs to accept the opportunities. It needs to let go of that past. Maybe there's some challenges in this relationship, challenges that have to be overcome. So this could be, this is a relationship type of energy. It is major arcana. It is how much energy you put into the relationship. Now, this could, again, this is a universal reading, so it's not necessarily personal, but it's always, it can be a little bit personal. How much are you giving into whatever this relationship is. What are you trying to get out of this relationship? So, and again, are you looking for the opportunities? Are you kind of staying in that past? Are you just kind of being stubborn yourself? So interesting energies with that one. Okay, so the weekend, again, challenges, job, money, home, still kind of happening. Are you ready for them? Are you ready for these challenges? Again, kind of this in-between stage. Now, the cup energy, this cup energy has come up quite a bit in the last couple of months. It's kind of like we're waiting. But then when the opportunity's there, we're not ready to grab onto it, but we're not ready to let go. And there's all about the relationship energy here. Now, the other thing about here is we have the man looking at the woman looking up at the divine, and the divine kind of spreading himself or herself very equally, okay? But there is the sun shining, so there is always possibilities. There's always healing with the lovers, the possibilities of healing, the possibilities of relationships growing too. Okay, let's see what we've got here now with our Colette Baron read. The only energy we did not talk about is the fire energy, which is our Aries, our Leo, and our Sagittarius. Sagittarius we are now in. It is passionate, burning, determined. It's fire energy. It is like, what do you do with fire? You might try to contain it. But it can also burn. It can also keep you warm. So there's good and bad with all the energies, all the signs. But the fire energy can be very consuming. Okay, but we do not have that here. Let's see what we've got with Colette Baron read. And here we are. And here's the page of fire. So the page again. So I told you, the page, underlying energy is our earth energy. Fire is our Aries, our Leo, Sagittarius energy. The fire energy is also the underlying energy of the night. And the cup energy is the underlying energy of the queen. So, that's, like I said, they all have underlying energies. But this is the page of fire. This is something to get you moving. This is something to get you passionate about. The fire energy is something that makes you want to make some changes, makes you want to get, like I said, it gets you. It's a passionate energy. It's something like, so there might be some challenges. You might not necessarily be, you might not be ready for the changes. You might want to cling to the past instead of going to the future. There is this healing energy, possible healing energy should you choose it with relationships. But at the same time, the page of fire makes you pop, makes you run, makes you go after it. So this could actually be what stimulates the cup energy to look over and say, I want some changes. Okay? So interesting energy here for everybody for this weekend. We will see what we will see. Please comment and let me know what you thought. What did you read into this? But as always, too, remember the like, share, subscribe, click on the bell. It really helps me. You really help me, and I appreciate your support, and I am thankful for your support. Happy Thanksgiving, should you celebrate. And hello, my Pisces. So are you feeling that planet Jupiter, just, ready to go direct, just kind of standing still in your sign right now? I mean, it is about, largesse. It is about good fortune. So, and we're right after that new moon and all of this energy, really very positive energy. So, my Pisces, I'm always telling you, you're the manifestors. You just have to get that butt out of your language. So let's see. Let's see what we've got for my Pisces. Higher power, what do you have for my Pisces? What do my Pisces need to know? Delving deep into your wants, into your wishes. Some of these are things that maybe you wanted as a kid that you didn't even think about. So, kind of that moon energy, that moon where it's like, it's like that shadow energy, the moon energy where things are still not quite hidden, but they're coming out more and more. Okay, whatever. Let's go on. Reversed, first card is, the Five of Earth. The Five of Earth, 5 is change, positive, it could be negative. Earth energy is Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo energy. The Five of Earth, money, job, career. The Five of Earth is not necessarily an easy card to interpret because it can be that there could be, maybe you're going to be spending a little bit too much money this weekend. Maybe there's going to be some concerns about money. Maybe there's going to be some changes in your job situation. But with that that new moon, with that Jupiter, there could also be a possibility of changes in that positive energy too for your money. There could be that new job coming now, or it could be a new career. It could be a new business energy here too. So the Five of Earth just has a little, it's kind of a shifting energy. It still has some worry about money, but it could also be that there's the possibility of you making money here too. It's kind of unstable energy. It's not necessarily, it's like a new business. A new business, they say, has 3 to 5 years to make or break. And that's this type of energy around this Five of Earth. So I'm not going to say that it's necessarily a negative energy for you. It means that you just have to keep working, and maybe you have to work a little harder. Maybe this weekend. Okay. Fears surrounding money, the wisdom to accept help from others, uncertain self-employment. So it kind of creates a worry. It kind of creates a negative energy. So the thing again, remember what I said, you can manifest. So I'm not saying that you take a step out of reality, but whenever, whenever you're putting your energies out there, if it's a new job, if it's a new business, say, you know what, I don't know maybe what tomorrow brings, but I am going to have faith that I am where I'm supposed to be. And I am going to have faith that this is going to be successful. Okay? Okay, so here we go. Next card, reversed. 6 of water. So now we have a 6. 6 is the number of man. It's the energies you put into something. Water is our cup energy. It is our Cancer. It is our Scorpio. It is our Pisces energy. It is fluid, emotional, very spiritual. So this kind of makes you think back. Maybe it makes you think back to another job that you had that was wonderful and made a lot of money. Maybe it makes you think back to a time where you felt very happy or very secure. This is what I call the nostalgia card. Okay, you think back to a happier time. You think back to a time where you didn't feel so. Maybe you think back to a time when you felt like you were being taken care of. So this is kind of that child energy. This is kind of that time when you didn't have to be an adult. It's like, adulting is hard. And this makes you think back. But the thing about thinking back to that time, it doesn't necessarily mean that it was all rosy and all, unicorns and flowers. Okay? Sometimes we think back and we glamorize it a little bit more. Maybe this is looking back at when you started the job, maybe when you started the business and thought, oh, I had all these hopes and wishes. It doesn't mean that the hopes and wishes cannot still be there. The thing is, looking back is also looking back at maybe unrealistic expectations. Okay, so memories from your history or childhood, issues regarding children, but it's also about romanticizing the past. So it's kind of a very reflective. It's like, oh, I remember when, if I had the money I had then, or if I had only made that choice at that time. So it kind of is very looking at things a little bit differently. But remember, again, you look at, you live too much in the past. That is prone for depression. Too much in the future, prone for anxiety. You need to live in the now. And again, like I said, there is always possibilities, especially, as long as we're alive, as long as we have hope, there is always possibilities. Here we go. Next card is the King of Air. So the King's underlying energy is air. King of Swords. Air, air. This is thought processes, thinking things through. This is strategizing. So based upon whatever's going on with this, you need to make sure that you clear your head, that you're really looking at the situation the right way. And again, it's getting the emotion, it's getting the fear out of the equation. Okay, so it's it's taken the fear out, it's taken the emotion out, and it's really thinking logically about how you can move forward, how you can make your plans, how you can think things through. Okay, and I feel like the King of Air needs to take a little more control than the emotional remembrances or the fear of whatever, of this money issue. The King of Air needs to take control. The King of Air needs to be very, very clear on expectations. Now, the King of Air, like I said, strategizes, thinks things through. It can also about hearing news. So you've got a couple of energies here that are just a little bit kind of like tummy twisting, but then you need to say, no, not going to be here today. Not saying everything's going to be, like I said, roses and unicorns, but there's always possibilities. And that's where you have to let your thoughts, your thinking, your logical side come through a little bit more. Okay? It's for this weekend. For this weekend. You let your emotions come out too much, you'll be kind of stuck. You let your worries come out too much, you'll be stuck. Okay? Think things through. See things clearer. Okay? So brilliant, impartial, professional, diplomatic. Speak your mind with confidence. Seek out professional advice. Balance mental and emotional consideration. So you need a little more balance. Don't allow the fear, don't allow the emotion to hold on to you. My Pisces, you've got that beautiful Jupiter over you, stationary, all of the new energy. You have the ability to manifest in major ways. You just aren't using it, and you're not necessarily you're putting those buts in. When I say that, if you're new, it's like, oh, I'm going to win the lottery, but not this week. So just get the buts out. I say that a lot to Pisces. My husband's a Pisces. I have seen him manifest tremendously, and he still puts those buts in. So I'm like, ugh. Anyway, let's see. Higher power. What else would you like to tell my Pisces? What else? Everything works out wonderful. You get this 3. This 3, I think this is the 3 of fire. I'm not sure with these cards, but 3, I should put this in my long-term memory. But the 3 is about, so we have 5, 6, 3, 3, 6, 5. The 3 is about celebration. It is about creativity. It is the power of 3. This is abundance. This is, looking at what you've achieved. This is a very wonderful and very powerful energy. So whatever's going on here, think things through a little clearer. Let the emotion and the fear, let that work, let that go. Let that go. Be in the present and recognize, here's recognition and rewards. So whatever you're doing, it will turn out really well. Or whatever path, you might want to readjust your path a little bit, and that turns out really well for you too. So let's see it starts off a little anxious and, but you get back on path. You get back on your path. So let's see what we've got here from the Angels of Abundance for my Pisces. What do we have for our Pisces here? Oops. Here we go. Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. What do we have for our Pisces? There we are. Here we go. Let's see. Cut, cut, cut. Okay, this one is reversed. Gratitude list. I love this. Attitude of gratitude. And this helps to pull that energy to you, the positive energies. Counting your blessings and feeling gratitude for what you already have helps you to be centered in your heart instead of fixated on worries in your mind. That's what this is all about. What and who are you grateful for right now? Keep focusing upon gratitude and you'll discover the amazing generosity of this universe. Wow. Attitude of gratitude for my Pisces. You've got to hold on to that. Even if it seems like it's not within your grasp, hold on to your attitude of gratitude. Anyway, let's see what we have, what crystal or energy would be helpful for my lovely Pisces. Here we are. Here we go. Aquamarine, all about water healing, compassion, speaking your truth. And remember, the King of Air did that too. Compromise. Okay. My Pisces, let me know. Let me know if this is a rough weekend. And again, if it is a rough weekend, what are you grateful for? Attitude of gratitude for this weekend. Anyway, take a moment, please, to do the like, share, subscribe, and clicking on the bell for notifications. You help others find my videos, so thank you. As always, though, my Pisces, always know that you are loved. Stay shining and be blessed. Bye-bye.